What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Season 2 of The Mandalorian, of course, in preparation for the theatrical release of Mandalorian and Grogu in just a few days. And Season 2 is a season that honestly feels bigger, more cinematic, and way more connected to the Star Wars universe than the first one. So what are my thoughts on it? Let's get into it. Overall, I definitely enjoyed this season more than Season 1, but at the same time, I still think some of the same problems are here, especially with the structure and how it continues to fall into the side quest storytelling. Still, when the season hits, it hits really hard. Season 2 picks up right after the Season 1 finale, with Din Djarin now searching the galaxy for the Jedi so he can return Grogu to his people. By the way, if you haven't watched my recap and review of Season 1, check it out right here. Anyway, immediately the show expands the world more than before. We start off with Din heading to Tatooine, where he meets Cobb Vanth, wearing Boba Fett's old armor, which already sets the tone for how much fan service material is going to be in Season 2. From there, the season basically becomes one long journey across the galaxy, wherein which Din is searching for information while constantly getting dragged into people's drama. That's really where the whole side quest thing comes back into play. Almost every episode follows the formula of help this person or group with their mission, and then they will give you the information you need. Sometimes it works really well. Other times it definitely feels more repetitive. But the difference compared to Season 1 is the payoff feels much larger here, because eventually we start getting major reveals and major character appearances. We get Bo-Katan, we get Ahsoka Tano in live action for the first time, which is just a fantastic episode. We learn about Grogu's name and a little bit more of his backstory. And then, of course, Boba Fett fully returns. Honestly, Boba Fett might be one of my favorite parts of the season. Temuera Morrison absolutely brings intensity to the role, and seeing Boba finally become the version of Boba that fans have wanted for decades was awesome. The action in the episode, like the tragedy, is some of the best of the entire series. Then the season builds towards Moff Gideon capturing Grogu, leading to the finale where Din puts together a team to rescue him. And the finale itself, yeah, it is probably one of the biggest Star Wars moments that Disney has ever done. The Dark Troopers were intimidating, the tension was great, and the Plo Koon, oh wait, no, it was Luke Skywalker. The Luke Skywalker showing up absolutely broke the internet when it first aired. Even now, it's still a really cool moment, and that's coming from a guy who is not a big Luke Skywalker fan. Although, I do have to say, I am certainly in the camp that thinks the CGI is closer to a plastic Barbie doll version of Luke de-aged. But emotionally, the ending between Din and Grogu actually lands surprisingly well. For a show that spends so much time on standalone adventures, they do a great job of making the relationship feel genuine by the end. Compared to Season 1, this season feels more ambitious. The scale is larger and the action is better. The visuals are stronger and the story feels more important overall. While Season 1 sometimes feels isolated from the larger galaxy, Season 2 fully embraces the wider Star Wars universe. This season absolutely leans into the fan service, but honestly, most of it works because it serves the story instead of just existing for applause. Ahsoka feels important and needed to continue the story. Bo-Katan matters in the Mandalorian culture, and Boba Fett actually gets some development. Even Luke's appearance works emotionally because it ties directly into Grogu's journey. There's definitely a lot of remember this character moments, but the season balances it pretty well. Look, Din and Grogu are better here. I like their dynamic in Season 1, but in Season 2, it seems like it strengthens it. You can tell Din genuinely cares about Grogu now, and that makes the emotional moments hit harder because of that connection. Pedro Pascal continues to do a great job of giving emotion to a character who barely shows his face. But then again, he is playing a TV dad that is protecting a prophet child, so I think it's in his DNA. Look, still my biggest issue with the show overall is the side quest formula. A lot of episodes basically stop the main story so Din can help the random person solve something so then he can get the information he needs. And while some of those episodes are really fun individually, the pacing can feel very repetitive. It's the same criticism I had in season 1. The difference here is just the highs, I think, are higher. Overall, I think season 2 is a step up from season 1 in almost every way. The action is better, the emotional moments are stronger, the scale is larger, and the connections to the wider Star Wars universe make the season way more exciting. But at the same time, again, that side quest structure from season 1 is still here, and it can hurt the pacing at times. Still, when the season delivers big moments, it delivers. The Ahsoka episode, Boba Fett's return, you can throw Cobb Vanth in there. Of course, the Dark Troopers and Luke Skywalker are some of the best moments Disney-era Star Wars has produced. So overall, Mandalorian Season 2, I really like it. Not perfect, but it is a very good season, and if I had to rank them, it would go higher than Season 1. What do you guys think of Season 2? Do you like it more than Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, where does that Luke finale rank among your Star Wars moments? Certainly for big Luke fans, that's got to be pretty high. But that'll do it for today's episode. Of course, come back in a couple days. We will review Season 3 of The Mandalorian, and then just a couple days from that, The Mandalorian and Grogu will get its theatrical release. We thank you for watching today's episode, and now that you've got some time, you can go refill that popcorn bucket.